Today, we're taking you to Nomad Lounge inside Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're going to show you the food, the restaurant itself, give you the inside scoop about the experience, and is it good for you and your family to visit on your next trip to Animal Kingdom? We'll also tell you if it's worth the price, because that's a big factor in going to Disney with your family. Is it worth the price, and should you take your family with little ones to Nomad Lounge inside Disney's Animal Kingdom? So let's get into the podcast right now.
Grab a snack, grab a mocktail, because I promise you might get hungry during this episode. We are going to talk all about Nomad Lounge inside Disney's Animal Kingdom.
A place that I never really thought I would go, to be honest with you, to be brutally honest with you.
There we go. We're brutally honest on this show, right?
I don't know why. Animal Kingdom, Tiffin's. I thought Nomad Lounge were similar to Tiffin's. It's fancy. I'm sweaty. It's humid.
It's expensive.
First of all, it's fancy. I'm not fancy, regardless if I'm sweaty or humid.
Definitely not.
And it's like, if I'm sweaty or humid, that's just another checkbox on the thing that Bruce shouldn't go to.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll never go there. But it was a rainy day in Animal Kingdom. We were visiting. And I was like, you know what? You know what I mean?
The wife's the neck.
Let's
you know what I mean?
You scan the thing, you see the menu and the food, you're like, you know what, I'm a little bit hungry. Let's try it out. Why not?
Let's try it out. I have been talking about it forever, but I guess I never really pushed the issue because I quite frankly didn't understand what it was all about. So I'm not sure if this just caught us in a day where it was actually kind of rainy and we were looking for more things to do indoors at Animal Kingdom. So it kind of gave us the opportunity to do so. So
I've been there and I still don't know if I figured it out.
You still need to know. Well, this is what this episode is all about. And all right, let's talk about Nomad Lounge because this is what the show is all about today. And I can't wait to talk about it because it is one of, I think, maybe an underrated place. I don't know, maybe properly rated. I don't hear too many people talking about it, but it is located right next to the pricey Tiffin's restaurant.
I'm going to say overrated.
Okay.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because I would love for people to think it's overrated and less people to go there.
Okay. That's fair.
New philosophy of the show. I'm just going to do the opposite of what I actually think.
New show.
Pizza Planet is great.
You know what I mean? That's going to be our inside thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure it's like that. All right. Well, I think that might be a reason why people don't necessarily understand it because it's next to Tiffin's, which everybody knows is more of a pricey restaurant, sort of difficult to get into.
That and it's like hidden.
Yeah.
You see Nomad Lounge listed as a restaurant or a place to eat.
But yeah.
But like when you go to look for it, like Pizza Fari's right there. You can see, the place where the courtyard is with all those different like restaurants right there.
Yeah.
But you can't really see Nomad Lounge. It's kind of hidden.
It's kind of funny that you say that because it's supposed to be positioned. It's supposed to be the center of the park. It's like kind of like a.
It's like at the entrance to Pandora.
It's supposed to be a gateway for guests embarking on their Animal Kingdom journey and kind of taking it easy for a minute and talk about their stories of traveling.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But when you say it and I realize I'm like closing my eyes and walking by, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it kind of blends in with the landscape.
You're like walking by to Pandora. You're like, is that the restroom?
Yeah.
I got to go to the restroom before I go to Pandora. Is that it?
Yeah.
No, that's Nomad Lounge.
Well, all right. Well,
why is there a QR code outside the restroom? No, that's Nomad Lounge, silly.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's also might be because it's not a place where you reserve ahead of time. So you have to do a walk-up, which, by the way, how amazing was that walk-up wait thing?
It was like the tapu-tapu of restaurants.
I really, really liked that.
It was not accurate, though, I have to say. Because it was like,
yeah,
it said at the time 30 or 40 minutes for a wait, which I'm grateful for. It wasn't that long. But it makes you not, like, that's too much time to stand and wait, but it's not enough time to, like, go on a ride.
Which we almost did.
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't because we scanned it, walked over to Pandora just to look around a little bit, and all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, it said 40. 10 minutes later, called us.
That happened to someone else.
I would have been mad if I went in Flight of Passage.
Yeah, somebody in I think our Club UTM group said the same exact thing happened because I thought it was maybe just because of the fact that it happened to be just a slow park day, and I thought maybe that's why, but no, it happened to her as well. So maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Be careful if you decide to go on a ride, and you don't
make sure you
it.
ask to sit outside. Wink, wink.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the first kind of expectations of it. Before we went in, you thought what? Like it was a place you didn't want to go to because
it was a bathroom.
You thought it was like no, even just like online. You just didn't want to book it.
Because I thought it was more of a bar atmosphere.
Not so much book it, but put it in your plans, I mean.
No, too fancy for me.
Yeah.
It's a bar, lounge, you sit with other people. I'm out.
Right. I've been hearing that. A lot of people think it's a place for 21 plus. They see the word lounge and they automatically assume maybe kids aren't welcome, which is kind of funny because we know that like
They're not welcome, are they?
the kids are welcomed. It's not,
They're welcome there?
they're welcomed. And
Are you sure?
Sometimes on certain days our teenagers are not welcomed. That is definitely for sure. But on those attitude days,
That's true.
they can go somewhere else.
I was trying to help the parents out there.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't go in there, kids. That's a mommy and daddy kind of place.
Sorry.
Oh, I can't go in there. Nope, sorry.
So that is a common misconception. And so I just wanted to be clear here that it's not like that. And in fact, there were kids dining while we were there, and it was very fun. So walking into the place, definitely you could see, at least for me, I was really impressed with like what appeared to be very authentic, kind of meaningful details all throughout. And I don't know why I didn't anticipate that, because it is Animal Kingdom after all. I just was surprised because I guess maybe this whole time my expectation was that it was a lounge, but it was more of an outside lounge. And you kind of, when you walk past and you see like the mosquito netting, I thought that's, not that that's bad, but I just thought that that's what it was all about. And then when you go inside and you see all these different influences and things that they have, I was really floored. So I
was surprised at the style of seating they had.
Yeah.
It was like just different styles. Not every style was the same. It was like one table, one kind of small table with 3 lounge chairs. It did get me a little nervous though. Like they sat us at a table.
My fault. I did tell you we were going to sit with strangers.
You did, and they did sit us at a table. So it's almost like a patio, like a pool patio table outside, right? Like a little table in the front, but not that you put your feet under. You kind of just sit around. And they have these 3 or 4 chairs around it. And
great description, by the way.
Was that really?
Yeah, and now that you say it, it's like that's like our.
It's almost picture this, like a fire pit outdoors with chairs around it, but there's no fire pit. It's a table.
That's exact because it's low.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Keep
you
going.
Can't put your feet under it. And then there's 3 chairs, so they sit us there, or there's 4 chairs. They sit us there, and in my head I'm thinking, I don't want to sit here, but I know I have to, and because I'm going to be like, I don't want to sit here, and he's going to be like, well, why don't you want to sit here? He's like, because I don't want to sit with other people. And he's like, well, that's rude. Why don't you want to sit with other people? And then it's going to be a whole thing.
Gotcha.
But you don't have to sit with other people.
No. And
I'm grateful for.
It's really a chill vibe. And again, the attention to detail around is really cool. What's really awesome is like there's flags with deep messages from cast members that were Imagineers, actually, that really helped shape the Nomad Lounge and what travel means to them. So once you walk in, you're like, wow, this place feels like it's from the 1800s. Like you walk in and you're like just instantly calm, and it's just a really soft place where you can unwind. It's supposed to be kind of like a resting spot for just us hungry travelers. And speaking of hungry travelers,
it was actually really, I have to say, it was really comfortable just to sit there.
Yeah.
It was not overly crowded. It's not a ton of seats in there, which is why I understand they have to scan the QR code and kind of tell you to come back, because it's almost like they need to wait till somebody leaves, because I'm sure a lot of people just want to hang out in there.
True.
So, but it was great. I enjoyed it. Now, let's get to the food.
All right, let's get to the food. It says, now for the menu, it says bar it says.
What does it say?
It's
You just reminded me, there's a meme of Chris Farley.
Oh no, what did I do now?
It just reminded me of that. Yeah, it says, he's like, tell a story. He's like, get this. The guy says, he says to him, he says, get this. He says that he just does that for like 30 seconds.
Was he trying to load the menu too?
Yeah, I think he was. He's like, you were like hitting the button, but the Disney website is really slow.
Why
as
is
usual.
It so slow?
You think you're going to hit the button, it's going to pop right up. It doesn't. So you're like, you know what? Let me just take a look at this menu. It says, you know what I mean? It says, let's see what this menu says.
And then my word retrieval is horrible. By the way, it is also October, is Dyslexia Awareness Month. Just want to give a shout out to those that have dyslexia. I hear you. I see you. And there's just so many great things happening right now with just so many resources with dyslexic thinking. So I'm really, really proud. But anyway, back to my
Hold on a second. On that note,
yeah.
I just want to say something. Before you leave a snarky comment about someone's exclamation or grammar, think about that statement right there that you just said.
Okay. Don't make me cry.
Thank you.
Okay. So back to the menu. I think, is it loaded up?
It is now. I can get you. I got you. All right, here we go. He says, it says, no, I'm just kidding.
No, it says meal bar lounge. So maybe when people look at it, they're like, oh, this is not for kids, but Guess what? It is.
It's a little pricey because it says small plates, and then some things on the menu. I'm just going to say what's on the menu as of October 2024. It's probably going to change in November because that's what happens when we talk about menu items.
Oh, for sure.
Tuna poke bowl. We have pineapple glazed pork belly. We have grilled chicken satay. We have churros.
I mean, you got to have churros.
Cuban Frita sliders. Tiffin's bread service, which is pretty famous, right? Korean barbecue mushroom bao buns. And Bangkok chicken wings.
Yum. And then let's also share, they have so many, probably can't read them all, at least I can't. And it is difficult for someone with dyslexia too to read, I think, the actual like the names of it, but there's just so many specialty drinks here. It's like, wow, they really went above and beyond. And I think that's part of the theming, right? The theming goes all the way down to what their drinks offer.
We got pretty much one of everything. The only thing we didn't get was the Bangkok chicken wings, I think, and the churros. I don't know why we didn't get churros, but we didn't get churros.
We didn't get churros. We did have a cast member, by the way, Oscar. You were awesome. Very, very helpful. Very patient with us as we were trying to do a deep dive and order pretty much everything. He was like, okay, just keep bringing them because we want to try everything, and we were really excited. So what would you say the portion size compared to the price, though?
I would say the portion size is like an appetizer. So if you're going to a restaurant and you get an appetizer,
yeah,
that's the portion size. So the bao buns came with two. You know, if you hear bao bun, a bao bun is a soft steamed bun that they cut in half and they put stuff in.
Where you going with it?
I was thinking about how good it was.
Okay, yeah.
And they give you two.
Yep.
The pork belly, they give you one pretty decent size to split as an appetizer. The chicken satay was like 2 skewers of chicken. So it's not they're not overly large portions, but they're not small, tiny tapas portions.
But they're also they're described as small plates, but I would say they're there's definitely a small plate, like you said, but I would say they're highlighted pretty well. So what does that mean, in my opinion?
It means get them all.
Yeah, but it means like each dish is
use our affiliate link. I'm just kidding. We don't have affiliate
It
link.
isn't just 2 chicken skewers. It's like 2 chicken skewers with like a bunch of stuff on the side, kind of a thing. So it kind of feels more than just what you're getting when you're looking at the menu. And when it arrived, it's very, very colorful. And I thought, oh no. When it arrived, to be quite honest with you, my expectation was this food's not going to be good because it's the classic, it looks good on Instagram. This is going to be beautiful visually, but it's going to taste horrible.
Kind of like the Boardwalk Pizza, Pizza Rizzo, Pizza Fari,
all those
Pizza Planet. Like you see all them taking pictures on Instagram and you're like, oh, that pizza looks good. It isn't.
It's not. It looks so pretty, but it doesn't taste that great.
By the way, go take a look. We did put out that pizza video that we said we were going to on the last episode. It is out.
You did a lot of talking on that. I don't think I'm in that. I'm behind the camera on that.
You did a little talking. I got you a little of the background. You're like, ooh, that cheese was gross.
I did say that.
I don't know if I put that in the video. I may have cut that out, but I think I heard you say that once or twice.
There was one point where I literally thought I could roll the cheese in my hand and then bounce it like a little bouncy ball. But anyway.
Video's up. Link below. Go check it out.
All right. So let's talk about my favorite thing, which was the pineapple glazed pork belly.
That was really good.
It's with chili sauce, spiced pickled vegetable slaw. It was fantastic. And I love a salty sweet kind of flavor. So they had me at the pineapple. What I didn't expect was how tender and just savory the pork belly was. It was so delicious. It was really hard because I was trying to eat and be very proper. It wasn't happening. I was literally like, this is the best thing ever. It was so delicious. And then for everything else, I would say for me, loved the Tiffin's bread service.
It was good.
I think you get a lot of different variety with that. The coconut curry sauce, guava sauce.
You get like those cheese breads that you can get at Skipper Canteen as well.
That was really yummy.
They also have these little chips. I don't know what they're called, and it's not on the menu here online. It's like a cross between a chip and a tortilla chip, but it's not. It's like thinner, lighter. Almost feels like it's air fried, not deep fried. And I was putting some of that sauce on because you couldn't have the sauce because there was some fruit in there and you're allergic.
Well, the ginger pear got me nervous. Ginger pear chutney, it looked so good though.
So I got to have it all, which was great for me.
Yeah.
Bonus. And those two things together was great. So I actually enjoyed the bread service just as good.
I loved the cheesy bread. It was very hearty. That one, I would say, if you're going to order, definitely consider the Tiffin's bread service. I was really happy with I'm a portion girl. So when I see a portion value, that's kind of what goes into my head. And then of course taste. And I was really happy with that. So I really like that. And then the Korean barbecue mushroom baobans, I think that might have been only my second baoban.
No meat in that, by the way. It's plant-based.
I know. And I was about to say, I think that's
They tricked me.
But were you not satisfied?
No, they tricked me because I liked it.
Grilled oyster mushrooms.
I read it too. I read that and I said, to me, there was meat at some point in that description.
You were like, I know they.
I thought barbecue meant meat.
Right?
Korean meat, mushroom bao buns. That's what I thought it read. But it's really just Korean barbecue mushroom bao buns. And it's grilled oyster mushrooms, cucumber kimchi, pickled green papaya, and it's plant-based. And it tricked me.
It you know what it is? It's those mushrooms. They'll trick you. They'll taste like a meat and you won't even know it. They could have just lied and said that there's meat in it and you probably would have believed them.
I thought they did.
But I was really surprised for a plant-based dish how much you liked it because again, like I think it was my only second time having a bao bun. I was really impressed with it. But
I love bao buns.
I was nervous because when it didn't have meat, I was like, uh-oh, he's out. Or you were kind of like...
I didn't even know it didn't have meat.
You're like, as soon as you see plant-based, is that healthy? I'm not going to like it.
Not necessarily healthy, but to me, I know people out there have different dietary needs and restrictions, right? But to me, I need some sort of protein meat.
In your mind.
To feel full. Right. I can't just eat... Even though I eat a lot of pizza, I also need some chicken or something.
There is protein in vegetables,
There is?
There's some of them, yeah. There's some higher than others.
Says who?
I don't know. The internet.
I don't know if I believe the
keep
internet.
going.
They also told me cereal was healthy for you.
All
it's a good breakfast food.
Okay. So moving on.
All right, let's go. But that was, you know what? In all honesty, that was my favorite thing I got.
The bao bun?
Yeah. I think it was because of that. I didn't expect it to be good once I realized there was no meat in there. But then I had it. I'm like, you know what? This is really good.
It was really good. I don't know. I'm looking. So we had the chicken satay as well. That was good.
You said that was a little spicy for you.
So I was just about to say, I would think that there are some. So if you have someone that is not as an adventurous eater as you, Bruce, I think that.
Don't go here.
No, I think you. I think you can go here. I think there are certain things to order that you might like better. The chicken, I like spice, but I don't know if it was just maybe I wasn't in the mood for it. There are some days I'm weird, like I can handle spice days, and some days my stomach can't. And I think that happened to be one of those days. But it was good. It had a curry marinade, cilantro. It was good. It wasn't my favorite. I really, really loved that pork belly. I probably could have had 3 of the pork bellies and 2 of the pork bellies and the bread service, and I would have been very, very happy.
The only thing I didn't get was the Bangkok chicken wings. It's just because you eat those with your hands, and I was at Animal Kingdom, and I know you can go to wash your hands and stuff, but I don't know. Just something about being at a theme park and eating with my hands doesn't drive.
All right, so...
But can I just, real quick before you say that? The kid next to us had the most amazing kids meal I've ever seen. It was like steak, mac and cheese, water with it, like a cookie on the side. I was like, can I get that? That was great. I mean, this was good, but that looked so yummy.
I think for if you have a picky eater, and I asked the cast member Oscar. I said, "Hey, Oscar, is it weird for an adult to come here and order off the kids menu?" He's like, "Absolutely not."
Wait a second. He handed me a note after you said that, and it just said it is weird on it.
No, that's what he said to you.
So he didn't want to admit that to you, but he was just being nice.
He was just being nice. Got it. Yeah, that sounds legit.
He said, "Don't let her do that because it is weird."
It was the most beautifully seared steak. It had, or you could get shrimp, but the girl next to us had steak. It came with 2 sides. I saw mac and cheese, or you could do a veggie. And then there was a dessert right now with cookies. It was a cookies and cream brownie. And she looked so happy. And I was really happy and satisfied with our appetizers and our small plates, but that looked so good.
It was a little pricey. It's $19 for the kids meal, which is a little pricey for a kids meal, but you get steak. The steak portion size for the kid was a good size portion of steak.
It's $19?
Yeah.
That's a lot. It is a good size. I don't know if it's the way it's presented, but it does look bigger.
You could have definitely had, if our girls were 4, 5, 6 years old, you probably could have got one of those and they could have split it.
Yeah. A little older, not so much, because then it'll be a little challenging. But yeah, I didn't know it was $19. That is pricey, but I mean, I guess it is steak. So.
Well, the tuna poke bowl, $16. The pork belly was $15. The bread service is $18 for bread. But like you said, you're going there for a little bit of the experience, and you have to pay a little extra for that,
You
or a
have
lot
to-
extra.
You have to appreciate the ambiance and the experience and the whole storytelling of Nomad Lounge to really appreciate kind of like what we talk about, right?
Or
Like,
create content, and then it's necessary.
and then it says, let's talk about the mocktails, because I was really looking forward to trying a non-alcoholic beverage here. They have so many. I got the Zingber Fizzy. I don't know. I told you this is going to be a challenge to pronounce, but it was passion fruit, puree, mint, simple syrup, and lime juice, and it was topped with ginger, and it was so delicious. And that to me, just having like a fun, our daughter calls them fun drinks.
Yeah.
Just like something different, right? So something other than soda, something other than water or lemonade, just a little extra to make it feel like you've gone someplace a little fancier and special.
They do have, which was I enjoyed about this menu, was they have like a drink menu, and almost for every drink they have the non-alcoholic version of that drink,
Right.
which you can choose from. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm a fun drink person anymore.
Why
I
is
think
that?
I'm past my prime of the fun drink age.
What happened to you?
They're just a little too sweet for me. I ended up like drinking a little bit and then pouring my water into it.
But isn't that the best?
Turned into an old man.
You get like 3 drinks in one that way. You order one, you order water on the side, and that way instead of refilling, you just continuously pour your water in.
That's true.
Isn't that
But
easier?
then I spill my water all over the place and I feel bad and it's awkward.
Oh, well, don't be awkward.
I'm trying.
What are you doing?
I got a tough life over here. I'm trying not to be awkward. Every day of my life, I try not to be awkward.
Well, I think so. If you want to go to a place to try some different foods, have a unique experience, I think this is what Nomad Lounge really stands out for. It's really these just over-the-top little plates that have just a fun mix of flavors that I think that everybody can somewhat enjoy. If you have a picky eater, there are certain things you could probably pick off the menu that would, I think, make them satisfied. But for me, more than just the food goes back to, I know you're talking about the atmosphere, but there's like mosquito netting on the wall and just so many little unique things that make it feel that you really are a traveler and you really do need this little break. And while you're there, you'll see these really fun festive banners that hang over the center of the lounge. And that's what I was talking about the Imagineers kind of writing what they were answering questions to the moments of travel that really meant to them. But then what I really loved beyond that was these little ones that you could buy. It's $1 to purchase these little decorative tags, and they're at the wall right now. And then they're going to be they move them to the tag chandelier above the bar. And you can just write in your own words, like what travel means to you. And it was so much fun, not only just writing my own, but going through and reading others and seeing why people were there and their point of their journey. And I could have spent all day just reading all those tags.
I'm aware.
Oh, because I know you were with me.
I was with you. Not only that, but Connie's like, you know what? We should get one and let's buy one of these tags and like, let's each write something on there. And then proceeds to cover the whole thing.
I did cover
So I got my contribution was
Tonga
toast. You know what I mean? Because that's all I could fit on there.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I went over the top and overboard. If you want, I could read what we said. I shared a picture on Instagram. I just have to pull it up on my phone.
I just shared what I said.
No, well,
I just shared what I said.
I shouldn't share what I wrote. It was too long.
They have to go find it. Like you got to go unlocking the magic and go find it.
It's gonna be hard to find once it hangs on the chandelier, but that'll be very awkward.
That makes it even more fun.
So the questions are what do you always do when traveling, and then it talks about, and then on the inside, it gives you an opportunity to write my true tale of adventure, and then I did take over the whole thing.
Yeah, I got no room.
I'm looking at the picture right now. I took a picture of it to share on Instagram.
She's like, here you go. You can write what you want. I'm like, there's no space on here. We're not going to write anything.
The best part was I even took the time to draw little keys all over it and little magical things.
I thought it was cool. Some of that money goes to the park as well, which is fun. Like, not the park, but like to take care of the animals.
It says, we travel to rekindle our childlike wonder, embracing the joy of discovery. It's about unlocking the magic of being fully present with family, exploring and learning together. And I threw in a hashtag unlocking the magic on there.
You know what I mean?
You know, whatever. Sorry about your little...
It's fine.
The little Tonga toast.
They knew.
There.
That's all I wanted to write anyway.
5% of the tag purchase goes to the Disney Conservation Fund. So that's why it's really important, because I think it's only $1. And I wish all restaurants did something like that, because it's just a way to leave your mark on history.
I usually leave it on the table.
Okay.
Like,
the tip.
yeah.
There you go.
A little drawing on the table, like, so they can remember me by.
What are some tips for maximizing the experience that we could share?
Oh, that's what are you, don't mistake it for a bathroom. That's tip number one.
Okay.
It's not a bathroom. It's a lounge. You can go in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you shouldn't think it's something you can't or shouldn't do. I do think you should go once.
Okay.
At least, right? Like, you may like it. But even if you look at the menu and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like that stuff, the flavors aren't overly powerful, where if you are a picky eater, you're going to be like, I didn't like that.
Or do you think that, like, also you don't really, I never got pressured of ordering a ton. Like, I felt like if we went in, ordered one small plate and a drink, I saw people in there sitting outside, especially the smaller tables outside. They would just drink. They didn't even have any food. Yeah. Like, so you can just go there. Pressure. It's a lounge. Like, there's no pressure to eat. I think that the food is there as an additional option. I mean, you should definitely get the food.
Yeah, like, listen, I was going to say, the three things you should do when you go in is get the pork belly, the Korean bao buns, and the bread service.
What drink did you get? That was so remember. Sweet. It had like a berry. It was like a berry drink.
No, you know what happened was I got 2 drinks, and then you read the ingredients yours, and you couldn't drink it, so I had to drink yours.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I think maybe I liked yours better or something.
So whatever. It happens.
I don't know. Okay, anyways.
But it was a little bit sweet, but that's what those drinks are designed to do.
Okay. Any other quick tips about maximizing your experience?
I feel like is this a test?
No,
Are you testing me right now?
I have mine, but I feel like you bring in but a unique perspective, right? Because I'm, me. I'm weird. You're fast. So give some fast tips on maximizing your experience, and I'll give my weird ones.
I don't know if that's what I do.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm the maximizing your experience type of person.
See?
Like, don't listen to me.
Okay.
Like, put your bag on the chair so no one sits there. Like, that's what I want to do to maximize my experience.
Okay. So it's not weird that seat is taken.
Yeah. Like somebody's sitting there. What do you mean someone's sitting there? That bag's been there for 20 minutes and no one's come. We're waiting. They're coming. They're running a little late.
Okay. And
then order everything. I think you should just order.
Go crazy.
Yeah, go crazy.
Order it all.
Go crazy.
You can. So this is what we did. The reason why we ordered it all was because we were hungry. We really wanted to try everything, but also we used it as our lunch. So
I also thought that it was going to be smaller portions, to be honest with you, than it was.
It was bigger than you expected, you mean?
Yeah, like there was more food than I expected. When it said small plates, I thought it was one bite. Like each portion would have been one bite.
One bite for $16, kind of like the carts at Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, right?
That's what we thought. Yeah.
So that's what I was on my mind. That's kind of why. And, we wanted to try a little bit. It was our first time there. We want to try as much as we can.
But if you go and you want to try everything, you can definitely, I was full. You
can also pull the old, what's that over there?
Yeah.
And, take something off of somebody else's plate.
You could do that. But I used it as my lunch. So we ordered so much that it was the small plate ended up being a much larger plate for me.
That's true.
And I was really happy and satisfied. All right, mine would be, so my tips on maximizing the experience would be I would say, study the drink menu before you go, because there's just so many, and it's amazing. Or
you just do the old close your eyes, circle your finger around the menu, and wherever it stops, it stops.
And that's
funner.
Yeah, but then sometimes you don't get what you want, or you don't like it.
That's the game.
Not for $7.50. Or if you get an alcoholic one, it's like $15.
Listen,
that's a risky game there, buddy.
It's like gambling. You never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, I don't know about that, but all right, you can do Bruce's way, or you
I feel like that's funner.
Yeah, well, listen.
And you're as a group, you're all doing that. Nobody knows what they're gonna get.
Yeah, it's better. Okay, well,
I sit home and study like it's an exam.
I feel lame now. You made my answer feel lame. I was feeling like I was giving some really great advice, telling people. Study the menus.
You see people outside with their phones. They're just sitting down, scrolling up and down. What are you doing? I'm studying the menu. Connie told me I had to study the drink menu before I go in there.
Don't do any studying at Animal Kingdom. You do your studying at home while you're gearing up for your trip, and you get to look and read about the ingredients of each drink and decide which one.
So you should say daydream about the menu. Studying makes me feel like it's work.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll remove that word out.
Yeah.
Daydream about the menu.
There you go.
And have fun. You can still do Bruce's method of, if you'd like, if money is no object and you just want to pick and hopefully like the drink you're ordering, or you could what do we say? Daydream about the drink menu at home before your trip, because although the cast members are awesome and they give you plenty of time, it's not like a rush. I mean, how much time do you want to sit in the restaurant itself and take time off your park day to like study the menu. And you're really going to want to because there's so much to order. And I had a lot of fun like reading it. And even after I ordered my drink menu, I went back to look to see. I wasn't going to order another one because they're quite large and sweet, like Bruce said, but I was kind of doing my own daydreaming while in the restaurant. So that's my one. And then my other one was going to be order for the kids menu if you want. I mean,
if you don't see anything that you like and you are with a group of people that they want to go and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like that.
Yeah.
The kids menu was pretty good.
I thought so. And I was really impressed. And what I really loved was next to us, there was a family. And I think, I didn't ask, but if I had to guess, I would say their kids had to be age around 4 and 5. And oh my gosh, they looked like they were having so much fun sitting at a restaurant that was just a little different, not kind of like your regular table. To be quite honest, I was like, okay, this might get ugly after like 10 minutes. They might get bored and try to like run around.
It was kind of like one of those. It's a chair where you can sit on it, but you don't have to sit properly.
Yeah, and it's like they were well behaved and they just seemed so happy and satisfied, and just it was something different. So that I would say, don't get discouraged if you're looking at it and you're thinking that, oh, my kids are too young. I don't think this will be a good idea. Like I said, saw many in there and they were really enjoying themselves. So I just think it's a really great spot, whether you're with friends, if you're going with just your significant other. It's just a fun place to just kind of interact. It's supposed to be a place where you just kind of hang, talk about your adventures, and enjoy the theme of exploration. And I got to say, I 10 out of 10 recommend. So that's it.
There you go.
That's it. That's all my tips.
You can do the old menu swirl. That's what I do for the drinks, and just pick one. That's my tip.
That's your hot take.
Bag on the chair. That chair's taken.
Yeah.
That's my other tip.
They don't sit you with anyone, and that's
just in case, like you never know.
It does.
What if it gets crowded and like I always like I'm second guessing myself. Maybe they are. Are they coming over here? Are they coming over this way? Are they coming towards us?
They do have like a long communal style table that they did seat strangers at one end to the other. So if you're scared about that, then I would ask for the sofa seating and the chairs. But
But
that's your preference.
I'm with you. I agree. It was a good experience. I would definitely go back again.
Well, I loved it, and I can't wait to visit again. And I think it can really enhance your day at Animal Kingdom. Again, the small plates can be pricey, but if you look at it in a way where you order some things and you include it like a lunch, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, or sell your TV before you go.
There you go.
You can make some extra money before you go, and then you can get a couple extra small plates.
Do you really need that TV?
No, of course you don't.
Just watch YouTube on the phone.
You have one extra TV in your house that you like. Take it out of your kids' room. They won't know. Like they'll be mad for a little bit, but you know what? You gotta buy some small plates.
Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna do it before we go way off track today.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, go check out the podcast. If you're listening to this, you can see what we're talking about. We'll share some video that we took in there, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Instagram, Unlocking the Magic Podcast, and unlockingthemagic.com is the website. Thank you. Good job, Connie. I love that you told everybody to study. Great way to get there. Happy Friday afternoon, getting out of work, getting out of school, and you're like, go study.
And I was talking about how vegetables are high in protein. I was just looking that, let's see, green peas. Eat your green peas, guys.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week, everybody.